The Soldier and the Princess, Episode 2. Jack had his back turned to Johnny. He did not want to hear anything he had to say.
How could you betray us like this? You know what they will do to both of you if they ever catch you together.
Johnny moved closer to Jack.
You are my oldest and dearest of friends. I would never do anything to compromise what we have, but she's the only sense of peace I will find with all this war going on around here. She makes me feel safe. She makes me feel human, not just like a soldier.
Jack looked at his friend. He could see that he meant what he said about her.
New ideas came into his mind, and he felt he needed to feel the same way too.
So, how do you meet her anyway? He asked.
Purely coincidental. We don't have a way to communicate. We could call it fate, I guess.
They walked towards the camp chatting. Jack had agreed to keep his friend's secret. Betsy arrived at her village bleeding. She tried to cover up the bullet scratch with some leaves. She found her father sitting by the fireplace deep in thought. She walked swiftly, trying not to attract his attention. Her father suddenly turned to face her.
I can smell the blood from here. Bring the first aid kit. She grabbed the first aid kit and went to her father. What happened to your leg, Betsy? She jumped with pain as her father cleaned the wound.
Just a scratch, Papa. Nothing big, she lied.
Her father knew better than to ask questions.
Betsy looked at the man she had known all her life, the man with so much grace and poise. She looked at him with so much admiration. Papa, you never told me how you met Mum. He had just finished cleaning her wound. He put down the kit and gestured for her to sit next to him.
Your mother and I met when we were very young. I was the son of a wealthy man, and your mum was a pauper. From the first time I laid eyes on her, I knew she was the one. She was a woman no other woman could ever be. I was captivated by her beauty, drunk in her sweet voice, and moved by the way she danced under the moonlight. I courted her, against my father's wishes. He had already looked for a girl I was to marry. I loved your mother, and I had vowed to do anything to spend the rest of my life with her. So on the eve of my wedding day, I went to your mother's house. I asked her to run away with me. I begged her even. Your mother was a reluctant and wanted me to follow my father's wishes. But after so much convincing, we left this village right here, and we have never looked back since. So all I have now, I have from the true love we share with your mother. He stood up, looked through the fire, smiling to himself. Why did you ask that, Betsy? He turned to face his daughter.
Just curiosity, Dad,
she replied as she stood to return the kit to where it belonged. She went to her room and sat on her bed. She looked at her wound. It didn't hurt at all. She kept thinking of Johnny, his handsome face, his piercing eyes, his scent. She dropped on the bed and held her heart with her hand. She made it a point to go every day to the river to see if they could meet. The next day, she woke up. Unusually early, she went to the river to wait. She sat there looking at the water. She got lost in its drift. Minutes turned into hours, and she decided to leave. She turned to a tree and curved.
I'll be waiting here for you every day, sir.
She left. She was disappointed. As she was walking along the path to her home, Jack appeared. He was carrying with him a bunch of flowers. Betsy turned to face him. Her heart was racing, for she did not know what the man wanted from her. Take these flowers. They show that I'm sorry for harming you the other day. He passed them on to her. She took them, unsure of what was really going on. He moved closer to her. You are a very beautiful young woman. Johnny could not make it today. He had some duties to attend to. Betsy jumped at the mention of his name. But I'm here. How is that leg? He smiled as he looked at it. Betsy smiled back at him politely. It's doing fine. Sir Johnny could not make it today? Can I give you a message to pass on to him, please? She asked. Jack moved closer. Of course, my dear. What would you like for me to tell him? Betsy took a step back. Tell him I will be waiting for him every day here by the river.
Jack grabbed her hand. She dropped the flowers. "Let go of me, Jack, please." She tried to loosen her hand from his grip. "Now why would I do that? I want whatever he is having. Seems to be good if he can disobey orders and risk seeing you each and every time." Betsy was confused. "What do you mean?" she asked. He put his hand around her waist and pulled her close. She could feel his breath against her skin. She tried to pull away, but he forced a kiss on her. Just then, Johnny appeared. He saw her struggling. He rushed and pushed him away from her. "What are you doing?" he asked furiously. He punched his friend. Betsy ran away crying. Jack got up and faced him. "You will regret this, both of you." With that warning, he ran towards the camp. Johnny was left all alone, wondering what he had gotten himself into. Hi, my name is Natalie Lawton. I'm so happy you're listening to this story with me. If you like this story, please click the like button below. Please subscribe to our channel if you'd like to watch our new video coming next. You may also find us anytime at our website, www.jonathanjeremy.com. See you.